Hello, everyone. My name is Seth, and today I'm going to give you my top 5 favorite episodes of Friends. Friends is one of the most popular sitcoms of all time. It is my favorite sitcom of all time, and I would want to talk about it some way. And unfortunately, Matthew Perry, who played Chandler, who was my favorite character on Friends, he did pass away very recently. From stories of his friends and the people he's worked with, he always seemed like somebody who would treat you like you're important and give you lots of laughs. And so I thought there would be a good time, especially since Chandler was my favorite character, to kind of, in memory of Matthew Perry, go through some of my favorite episodes of Friends. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Now, this is going to be in no particular order, but there are a couple of episodes that were close that are some of my favorites that I just wanted to mention real quick. One is the one with all the cheesecakes. Another one is the one where Ross is fined. And another one that I want to add to my honorable mentions here is the one with the prom video. Now, one thing you might notice here, like I mentioned, Chandler was my favorite character. So a lot of my favorite episodes are kind of going to be like centered on Chandler. The first one I want to bring up is one of my favorites. This was one when they were playing some Friends episodes in theaters. This was one that was in that group, and me and my wife got to go and see that. It is the one where no one's ready. This is a really interesting episode. Even though it's a sitcom, sitcoms weren't necessarily too expensive to make. They still had some budget restrictions, and this is an episode where they just used one set for the whole episode. They just used Monica's apartment. And so in this episode, everybody is kind of busy with their own stuff as they're getting ready for Ross's work event. It all takes place in Monica's apartment. And I think this is a classic episode of Friends. It's really funny. You get the line from Joey after he puts on all of Chandler's clothes, "Can I be wearing any more clothes?" I love any time any of the other characters kind of poke fun at Chandler's way of speaking. It's really funny to me. You got Chandler and Joey fighting over a chair. Phoebe got a stain on her dress. Monica is obsessed with what's on Richard's answering machine, and Rachel can't decide what to wear. Like I said, this is just a classic Friends episode, and I love it. Another one I want to bring up in my top 5 favorite episodes is the one where Ross got high. This is one of my favorite episodes, and it's one of the Thanksgiving episodes. Friends has a lot of Thanksgiving episodes, and those are really some of the highlights of the show. All of the Thanksgiving episodes are very fun. There's one of them where Brad Pitt guest stars. It's a lot of fun, but this is one of my favorite Thanksgiving episodes. It has just a chaotic energy about it, and I love that. It is probably one of the episodes where I get the most laughs. Like, each character has their own little thing going on, and it all culminates at the same time, and it's really, really funny. Ross and Monica almost revert back to their teenage selves there with their parents. And in this, you have one of the most well-known Friends things with Rachel messing up the trifle. Joey wants to leave. Phoebe loves Jacques Cousteau. Ross smoked pot in college, and he blamed it on Chandler. Ross and Monica's parents don't like Chandler because of that. And Monica has been keeping her and Chandler's long-term relationship from her parents. She just hadn't told them yet. And so everything kind of comes together. And it's just really a fun episode. The next one I want to talk about is another Thanksgiving episode. It is the one with all the Thanksgivings. This was also one of the flashback episodes, and flashback episodes are fun. You get to see characters from even before when we met them for the first time on the show, and that always typically has some good laughs in whatever show it is, whether it be Friends or not. But in this episode, they do more than just go back to the past for some laughs. They bring a little bit of depth to it, especially in the current setting. In this episode, all of the friends talk about their worst Thanksgiving experiences, and it tells the story of when Ross brought Chandler home from college for Thanksgiving, and Chandler ends up making some rude comments that Monica overhears, and she ends up wanting to get revenge on him. And so we see the next year's Thanksgiving. There's plenty of laughs in this episode, but like I said, there's some really good kind of heartfelt moments here. And it ends with Chandler telling Monica that he loves her for the first time. Even before their romance on the show, Courtney Cox and Matthew Perry had really incredible chemistry, and it made sense to bring these two characters together as a couple. The chemistry between those two were great. It was relatively unexpected, I guess, to have those two end up being a couple, but it works. And I think it works so well because of their chemistry together. It's become one of those couples that just everybody knows. Everybody knows Ross and Rachel. Everybody knows Chandler and Monica. Another one of my favorite episodes is the one where everybody finds out. And speaking of Chandler and Monica being a couple, this is actually a few episodes later. I think it's probably about 6 or 7 episodes from the one with all the Thanksgivings that I just talked about. And the one quote from this episode that every Friends fan knows, they don't know that we know they know. It's an absolute classic. There's a ton of laughs here. Chandler and Monica had been keeping their relationship a secret, and eventually everybody starts to kind of find out. And this episode starts with Phoebe finding out, seeing them from across the street as Ross is moving in or deciding to move into his new apartment. And instead of just telling them that she knew, Phoebe decides to mess with them a little bit. It's really funny, and Chandler does end up breaking and telling everybody that he's in love with Monica. I love this episode. It's so funny. And I love the part where Phoebe is messing with Chandler, trying to get him to break. It's really a go-to episode for me. And I know I said these weren't in any particular order, but this might be my favorite. I don't know. It's close. It depends on the day. And also, I might be cheating a little bit because technically this is 2 episodes. But the last one I want to bring up is the one with the proposal. This is an episode or a couple of episodes where you have really good laughs again, but there's some good drama here. You get great performances from the whole cast in these 2 episodes, but especially from Courtney Cox and especially from Matthew Perry. So in these 2 episodes, Chandler is trying to have it be a surprise that he is proposing to Monica, but he goes a little bit too far with it. He ends up saying, well, you know what? I might not even want to get married. Who knows? I don't even like marriage. Why would I even want to do that? And then that kind of throws up some red flags for Monica, saying like, well, what are we even doing in this relationship? She ends up going and talking to another one of her long-term ex-boyfriends, Richard, and it's a whole big thing. And Chandler is afraid that he has lost the love of his life forever. It really seems like for a moment they may break up, and like the tension as Chandler is getting to their apartment, he runs into Joey outside, is really well done. But then we get this sweet moment of when Chandler opens the door, he sees all of the candles lit, he sees Monica there, and Monica tries to propose to him. She breaks down crying. He tries to propose to her. He cries. It's just a really nice moment, a really great performance between the two. So you get that drama, but you also get some of the laughs, like with some of the hijinks that Chandler gets himself into, and with Joey accidentally buying a boat. But this is a great episode. It's funny. It's dramatic. There's tension. It is a great performance from Matthew Perry. Watching Friends now will be different without Matthew Perry. It'll be kind of bittersweet, but there's something really nice about everything that he has done with Friends and with some of the movies he's in. That will get to live on, and he'll get to make people laugh forever. So that's it. Those are some of my favorite episodes of Friends. Let me know in the comment section below, what are some of your favorite episodes of Friends? Who is your favorite character? I would love to have a conversation with you about that. We're getting closer and closer to 100 subscribers, so it would make my day if you would hit subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. And I'll see you next time.